اوكي.
عن زيارته للقاهرة، أبرز الحاجات اللي لفتت نظره في القاهرة.
So this is my first time here, and it's been a very wonderful surprise. The people have been very warm and welcoming, which is always like the first thing, because if the people are mean, you never want to come back. But the people here have been like wonderful. The culture here is very rich. The food is wonderful. People love the cinema here. It's just been really great. And I visited the pyramids. I visited the Sphinx Museum. So I visited in the Nile River. So it's been wonderful visiting places where our civilization began, and not just reading about it in a book. So it's just been a very humbling experience.
وعن عرض الفيلم في مصر، يعني ده بيمثل ايه في رحلته الفنية؟ ان دي طبعا أول مرة يجي فيها مصر ويتعرض له فيلم فيها.
Oh, it's been great screening it here. The reception has been great, and just watching the audience respond to the trailer and the cast has been great. And just seeing how the cinema has welcomed us, I really feel like it's a place that I really would love to come back and show all my films, and even make films here one day.
هل هو مطلع على أي تجارب مصرية قبل كده خلال السنين الأخيرة، بما إن السينما المصرية بقت بتشارك في المهرجانات الدولية؟
Not in the past recent years. In America, the Arabic cinema is not easily available. I've met a few people here that have really awakened my eyes to Arabic cinema, and it's something that I'm going to actually work to seek out and hopefully be part of expanding the exposure in America too.
خلينا نتكلم عن التجربة الأول، إزاي العمل مع في مشروع في أكتر من جنسية من ضمنهم الفنان المصري كله.
Yeah, so being a Black American filmmaker, it's always important for me to make my films diverse, with people from different backgrounds, to represent the world we live in. And so the biggest part for me was casting, to make sure that we had nice representation in different roles. Working with them, there was really no different. Mohammed was as professional as Bruce Willis was. As Leon and Brooke, everybody was professional and really talented. And you can tell in the film, Mohammed held his own with actors who have been doing this for like 30 years.
هل هو يعني كمخرج ينتمي للبشرة السمراء، هل عانى يعني في مشواره في أمريكا، لأن ده عنصرية دي عانينا منها؟
Oh yes, in every field that I've been in, it's always difficult. Even in this field, you still find older actors who don't want to work with directors other than white men. You still find that. I used to be a lawyer before I was a filmmaker. Very, very difficult industry as well in America. So I do bring a lot of those experiences with me to cinema, which I think helps me communicate a lot of these issues with everybody.
نتكلم بقى عن يوم للموت، الفيلم نفسه، التحديات اللي كانت فيه والعمل مع بروس.
Bruce is a legend, and just whenever he walks into a room, he's Bruce Willis. So it's a little intimidating at first, but he was very professional, very down to earth, and it was really a privilege and an honor to be able to work with him. There are always challenges when making a movie, and nothing too crazy, but I will say like my cast and the crew really helped make every problem small and able to get over and get to the finished film pretty well.
بالنسبة إن دي يعني تعتبر التجربة الأخيرة لبروس قبل مرضه، فيعني برضو يكلمنا على ده، بيمثل له إيه في رحلته الفنية، وهل كان باين أي آثار إرهاق أو تعب خلال التصوير لبروس نفسه؟
So I have a general rule that I don't really speak about my relation, whatever happens on set with the cast. I kind of keep that private and secure. But I will say that he came dedicated and worked hard every single day. He didn't take any shortcuts. In his retirement, I think it's a bittersweet. On one hand, he's given us like 40 years of cinema. He's been around forever. He's a legend. I mean, he's big. But then on the second hand, he's given us a lot. So I really hope, like in his retirement, that he finds peace, even though he's not able to do things he loves the most anymore.
هل شايف ان تواجده هنا بعرض الفيلم بتاعه فتحة يعني طريق ليه هنا في مصر ده ممكن يكون مسار للتعاون في مشروعات قادمة في مصر؟
Oh, absolutely. Their culture here is so rich, and there's such a love for cinema here that I absolutely could see coming back, showing my films, but also making some here. We're definitely looking for good stories and good characters to follow, and would absolutely welcome the opportunity to come back.
طيب آخر سؤالين بقى نسأله الأول عن تجربة محمد كريم معاه، والسؤال الثاني عن فكرة السينما حاليا هناك في هوليوود، مسارها ماشي ازاي بعد أزمة كورونا، وفي أزمة إنتاجية وفي أزمة اقتصادية بتواجه العالم.
Okay. So Muhammad was great in the film. You know, Muhammad came with a dedication and came willing to work as hard as needed to make the character come to life. And for me as a director, it's one of the biggest things. And he was really talented, and I really enjoy working with him. As far as like the Hollywood and Corona, it raised the budgets a lot on films to be able to shoot safely. It reduced the intimacy of a lot of the crew because you're not able to work so closely together. But we became able to make it up in different areas. So it has affected it, and hopefully it's starting to change back. But as of right now, things are still a little different.